My name is Hajar, a founder and CTO of a company called AI Navi. I'm based here in UK. Abhishek, who is our head of product. We are founders, but slightly different. Worked in corporate, mostly in technical product roles, or being on the product side, delivering products, strategy and things like that. I have like a 28 years experience being in the corporate side, but also been a co-founder at 2 tech startups before, one here in London, the other one is in Singapore before. One of the major problems I had was whenever we are launching any product, we're not really sure if this is a brilliant idea, and we are not really sure if it will stick. After that, once it's got some traction, let's say you have a few hundred users, you get a lot of noise on how do you really shape this product. Even if you're a corporate or a tech startup, you have limited resources on any new product. And it's not how much funding you have, it's not how much resources or talented people we have. You really need to be good at filtering what the market is telling you versus all the noise. It's really that one factor was determining whether the product scaled or it just died. So that's why we came up with this idea. And over these years, I've always been looking for a unicorn employee, which I never found. So I wanted a product manager who comes in on a Monday, knows exactly what the customer is telling them, what the feedback are. They know the code base perfectly, and they know what are the top 3 things they need to do to improve the product that week. So this was a dream. Even if we had a 100,000-200,000 pounds budget to hire such a people, nobody existed. So which is why we built P8, an AI-driven product engine. With the AI agents working behind P8, we think we have found that employee who is that perfect employee, always listening to the customer feedback, and they are kind of fearless. They really are listening to the customer, what is valuable to them, filtering that out, and then building a pipeline of what to build next. What P8 is basically your AI product engine. It kind of replaces that product manager or gives you that bandwidth instead of getting all this data, trying to filter the signal from the noise. So what happens in the background is P8 connects to Fathom. Call here, Fathom is recording the call. What it will do is it will pull all the call transcript. And if you have a Slack channel with your prospects on it, it will know all that context. You would have set that up in the onboarding. And every time it is having a signal or a source come in like this, like a Fathom call or an email or a Slack message, it will look out for, hey, the customer is telling us to do this, or the customer is having this friction. It will start to prioritize what you need to build next. What are the features you need to build next, or what are the friction you need to start to remove in your product, so it is really tuned into the customer. And then it will give you the prompt to build it. It will, at the initialization, it will understand the context of your app and not just your PowerPoint. So it knows the full code and it knows your database and things like that. And when it is making you a recommendation to build something, okay, build 1, 2, 3 these features, and this is the reason, because this is what the customer is telling you. And after that, if you say, hey, build me this, we are going to have that feature in a few weeks. You should be able to build that automatically. P8 will listen to the actual data based on your usage, and then based on the actual usage, it will be able to make some decisions. Okay, we need to do this, or this feature needs to be added, or is missing, or this feature is not working, and things like that. So you got actual data from the usage, so you can measure, okay, all the features we have, which are the features which is actually working, which are the features that needs to be improved, and which are the features that are completely killed. Why this matters? It acts as your AI product manager 24/7, saves you a huge amount of time gathering all these Fathom calls, Slack messages, emails, your post-op data, all of that. And it understands your code into context. So you can upload your pitch deck, it will know exactly what's your ICP, etc. And importantly, it knows the journey which your customer is taking through your product. So if it is surveys, it understands, okay, you got people coming in, taking the survey, filling out, getting the results. It understands the journey they are going through. Importantly, we have fine-tuned the model to be specifically on product. So it's like hiring a top-notch product manager without the cost. P8 is organized into 2 sections. So the top section, today's signals build, is the one you come back to you come back to every time. Signals is basically what the user is telling from Slack and so on. It extracts what's in your head and put it into a context, and it's always in memory whenever we are making decisions. The more you feed into P8, the smarter it gets in terms of understanding your context. P8 is trying to help you work backwards. So if in 3 years' time, this is where you want to be in terms of users, where do you need to be in 12 months, 90 days, etc. So when it's making decisions on what feature to build, it is making sure you are going in the right direction. This is the cool bit. Once you put in the GitHub URL, it will automatically figure out the journey of your product. So it's always thinking at it from the end user perspective. And that's what you see here. That's the journey. You can correct it or edit it. You can say, hey, accept all of this, it all makes sense. Or you can say, hey, no, this step is actually different, or our intention is different. In this step, we want them to do X, Y, Z, not what is in the code. You can upload your pitch decks, any research you have done. I'm sure you did a ton of research using Claude or OpenAI. You sure have a lot of MD files or PPT docs, whatever. You can upload all of that, and it will again extract context into the project knowledge. Once you have grounded P8, what you will do is you will, as part of the grounding, you would connect your Slack, you would connect your Fathom. You don't have to, but it's highly recommended, because once you connect Fathom, it will start to bring all the calls in. Once you connect Slack, you can create a group, for example, for all your initial alpha and beta users, put them on the Slack group, and this has been very effective in the startup world. If you have one channel where all of these people are gathered, P8 is listening to all of it, and it's pulling in all the insights. GitHub is obviously a one-time effort, but in future we will keep on expanding this. You will have more and more sources. Eventually, it will also talk to Claude. This page here, this is where it is classifying things. So based on whatever it's listening to, it is analyzing all of the data on a daily basis, but you can also run it manually. So if I click run clustering, but I've already done that. So it will start to create themes. And then you see on today, this is the main page you come to on a daily basis. This will give you the top 3 moves. So it has already classified things. It will also tell you which part of the journey it is in. You can say, hey, yeah, build this stuff for me. So you got your signals and outcomes as a measure, and then ask P8 is like a chatbot. Eventually, it's just like Claude. You can ask any questions on everything that has happened in your product from the beginning to where you are. What's immediately valuable to you is the time and effort savings of bringing all of this together. As founders, we are like super busy trying to juggle 300 things, right? And we would deprioritize gathering all these signals, being disciplined and all of that. So P8 does that. So that's the basic value you get. Over time, as more and more users are on it, we are fine-tuning the models, and we are not just using one models, but we are using multiple models and agents. This becomes the super brain for product management stuff. So it should be better than any Claude or OpenAI, because we are using the same models. It's just those models don't have the fine-tuning and the context. Yes. And it is grounded in your data. And as your data gets better, it works harder for you rather than you having to put all of that data into the Claude. So the smarter Claude gets and the more MCP it has, it's actually better for us. Over time, it will not just do product management, it will do the marketing stuff. This will talk to your marketing and orchestrate that. But then it will also run other parts of your business. That's our vision. That's where we are going with this.